Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So as part of today's video, we'll discuss like how you can do API testing or API automation using Cypress. Okay, so let's go to the VS Code. So in the interview, you might get a question to explain how you can perform the API testing using Cypress. Otherwise, the interview might ask you to share your screen and will tell you to write a demo code which covers all the HTTP method, that is get, post, put, patch, delete. So they can also ask you in that way. Either way, they will ask. So to make it very simple, I'm creating this video so that you will not like miss out to answer this kind of question. So first of all, I'll go to Postman. So here you also know whenever we are like creating any request, you have to first of all give the URL. After that, you have to select the method, like which HTTP method you are working on. After that, if it is a post call, then you have to pass the body, that is the payload. After that, you have to pass the header. So these four things you are passing to create a simple request, that is the method, the URL, body, and header, right? So these four terms you need to understand, you need to memorize. So see, URL, that is the API endpoint, method, body, and header. So let's go to the VS Code. So I'll give example of get user. Here everything will be remain same, and for performing API automation in Cypress, you don't need to do any kind of prerequisite step. I mean to say, you don't need to install any dependency, anything to automate an API using Cypress. Okay, keep it in mind. So, like the describe block, the it block will remain same as it is. So, in case of API automation, you just have to write cy dot request. After that, you have to write, you just write the, you have to keep the bracket open. After that, you have to write method. Which method? Get. URL, you have to give the URL. Headers, you have to give the headers. That's it. As it is a get call, we don't need a payload. After that, in the response section, you have to just keep all the response into a response variable, and you have to verify the status code, the property. This you have to verify. Okay. So why this response body data is there? So in Postman, if you go response, the because in response we have kept all the response of this API. So response dot body, that means this is a whole body, dot data should include as a property ID and email. So that's what I'm verifying as part of the verification, that ID should be there and email should be there. That's it. Okay. And whenever you go to create API, so in that for method, same method will be post, URL you have to pass, body, what is the payload you have to pass, that just you have to paste in JSON format, and again the headers. Okay. And if you want to add more headers, then you have to keep it with a comma separated. That's it. Same to update, like your method, URL, body, headers, patch, and the API endpoint, that is a URL. This is the body. Doing the patch call. In case of put, you just need to change it to put, and you have to pass the whole payload. That's it. And header and the verification part remains the same. Okay, same as delete, because in delete we don't need any payload. So here method will be delete, URL will be the API endpoint that you want to delete, then the header. That's it. Everything will remain same. So if I'll execute this, first of all, as my Cypress config file was pointing to UI test cases, I've made the changes. I've converted from UI to API so that my spec pattern will point to my API test cases folder. So if I'll make it UI, then these two files will I can see the test owner. As I've changed to API test case folder, so this pattern will point to the API test cases that I've stored, and this will show these four JS file. How? Like this. See. uh, this file also. If I'll click on the get user, it will execute and it will give me four assertion point, because in my test case I have four assertion point. What I have exactly it executed get user, and here I have one, two, three, and four. Like ID two, they're the four verification point I have kept. Okay, so that's how you have to remember. You just have to remember method, URL, headers, and body. That's what you want to remember. So I hope you will understand this video. So that's it for today's video. We'll meet in next video. Till then, thank you. Goodbye.